Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
What the day is about is a day to kind of acknowledge and recognize the period of time in America and American history where a lot of people were overlooked. And some of those people that were overlooked were the Vietnam era vets. Today, I think America's in a better place. Veterans are appreciated. Anytime you travel, you do anything, people are thanking the soldiers for their service. There was a period in time during the Vietnam War, actually, the soldiers were looked down upon, and the soldiers were just doing their job. But it was a time and the country was divided, but a lot of young men and women served, and one of those that served valiantly today is with us, and that's my dear friend Ken Lewis. Let's give Ken a round of applause. A lot of people served in the Vietnam era, and they all served our country. Now, none of them really got recognized, but at the end of the day, some of the people that served in Vietnam actually were on the front line. Some of those were air cows, and those were the soldiers that you saw on TV that were taken to the front line, dropped off in the swamps and the jungle, and pretty much left there. And Ken was one of those, that he was on the front line. He was a combat veteran, and served in the worst of conditions. I asked Ken one time, I said, Ken, what was Saigon like? He said, Mr. Fox, I never saw Saigon. I said, you didn't see Saigon? I said, what'd you see? He said, the jungle. So he's spent his time in the jungle. But I want to read a proclamation I have here, and I want to tell you that a lot of organizations are trying to reach back and give a very long overdue thank you to the Vietnam era vets. And so I want to read a brief proclamation here again. In commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War by the President of the United States of America. Proclamation. As we observe the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War, we reflect with solemn reverence upon the valor of a generation that served with honor. We pay tribute to the more than 3 million servicemen and women who left their families to serve bravely a world away from everything they knew and everyone they loved. From Da Nang from Hue to Saigon, countless villages in between, they pushed through jungles and rice paddies, heat and monsoon, fighting heroically to protect the ideas we hold dear as Americans. Though more than a decade of combat over land, air, and sea, these proud Americans have held the highest tradition of the armed forces. As a grateful nation, we honor more than 58,000 patriots, their names etched in black granite, who sacrificed all they had and all they would ever know. We draw inspiration from the heroes who suffered unspeakable as prisoners of war, yet who returned home with their heads held high. We pledge to keep faith with those who were wounded and still carry the scars of war, seen and unseen. With more than 1,600 of our servicemen and members still among the missing, we pledge as a nation to do everything in our power to bring those patriots home. In reflection of the wall, we see the military family members endure not only in medals and memories, but in the heart of all Americans, who are forever grateful for the service and valor of the service. So Ken, with that being said, I have a very special certificate from the New Mexico Department of Veterans Services, Sergeant Ken Lewis, U.S. Army veteran, 1967-1975. On behalf of Governor Suzanne Martinez, this certificate of appreciation is printed to you for your service during the Vietnam War. As we remember and celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War, this grateful nation honors and recognizes your courage, your integrity, and your devotion to duty while serving the United States Armed Forces. We thank you and your family for your contribution and sacrifices made during those services. Thank you and welcome home.
America, America. Well, my sacrifice on thee.